Are you guys ready for Out of Nowhere? Triple H joining the Shield on a house show to fill in for Roman Reigns. Did The Undertaker try to abduct Jenna Jameson? What the hell is that about? We're going to talk about all this crap and more on Out of Nowhere, episode 77. Hit the subscribe button down below. Don't miss out on all the daily wrestling videos on the Joe Cronin Show channel and right here. I got no lights behind me because my kid stole my fucking remote, and I have no idea what else the fuck is going on. Let's do it. Take off your panties. Welcome into Out of Nowhere. My name is Joe Cronin, and I am joined by my friends Connor from kayfabe on youtube.com/okfaber. And not only is Connor here, but also Jake DeMarco at Countdown Ended on Twitter is here as well. What's up, Jake?
What's going on?
And I'm really pissed off because I tried to get into Rhode Island Comic Con, and I'm not going to get into Rhode Island Comic Con. I'm really mad. But let's talk about Triple H joining the Shield. It's really not a big deal. I mean,
not a big deal. Fuck you.
I mean, the guy.
This is the biggest deal of biggest deals of all time.
He's filling in for Roman.
I almost said they fucked kayfabe. They fucked kayfabe in the ass.
I mean,
and kayfabe.
I mean, I wouldn't complain.
The Kingslayer took down the King of Kings. He destroyed the game at WrestleMania just to have him be his, what do you say, his fucking plan B. The quote here is ridiculous.
Triple H could say, though, well, just wanted to show Roman that I could do it better.
that I'd pop for, but Seth came out and he said, I had to make a call I never thought I'd make. Desperate times call for desperate measures, always have a plan B. And that's when they handed Triple H the vest. He came out, with the vest, and the newfound Shield faced a returning Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, and Sheamus. So Bray Wyatt also returned to action at this show.
Sister Abba-Bray.
Yeah, that's so weird that he's going to be a girl. Did you say Gay Wyatt?
Gay Wyatt. Speaking of Gay Wyatt, you did an interview before, Joe. You might want to let people know about.
Oh, yes. I was late tonight because I had to do a live patron show for all the patrons, for all you Patreons. You guys are the ones that make my life real. Without you guys, I'd be homeless on the street. We wouldn't be talking about wrestling all the time. We wouldn't be talking about all the stuff we're talking about. So I thank you guys for giving me the money for the equipment, feeding my kids and me and everybody and whatever the fuck else. And I got to shout out real quick. Nito Exodust pledging $5 a month on Patreon. What's up, man? Broken Lion editing his pledge up to $10. Thank you, Broken Lion, for going up to $10 on Patreon. And shout out to Bulldog Club, who's going from $5 to $25 on Patreon. That is a huge help right now from you guys, so thank you, because this is obviously the first of the month, and every first of the month is when people's credit cards bounce or don't decline, or people have to quit being a patron or whatever. So we always lose a lot of every first of the month we lose a lot of patrons, and then you got to build them back up over the next month, over the rest of the month to get back to where you were, and then more. So thank you for that. Those are people that are already patrons, just upping pledges more. So that's fucking awesome. We needed that. And moving on from this Shield thing, we'll keep talking about that. We're going to take your phone calls about the Shield.
You were going to say you interviewed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. This is why we need Jake. This is why I always need a co-host, by the way. Some people just always need one. I think Sam Roberts is like that. I interviewed Grimm's Toy Blow. No, Grimm's Toy Show. I told him at the beginning that I call him that, though. And he saw, by the way, all his fans that were like, "You're an asshole, scumbag," and all these things. He was like, "Yeah, I saw the video, you making fun of everybody on." It was funny. You know, he's like, "Yeah, people don't get that we make fun of each other." I'm like, "You know who's really gonna be mad at you is Kevin Scampoli." And then he was like, "Who's Kevin Scampoli?" And then I was like, "Oh boy, he's really gonna freak out when he hears that."
Kevin's gonna be pissed. Hey, that's not funny.
I'm like, dude, Kevin's the reason why I was at the Wrestling Darlings, because he couldn't go because Adam Blampier wasn't happy that he talked bad about women. But then Adam Blampier
the irony.
I said that to Grimm. I was like, yeah, meanwhile, he's fucking DMing people like, "Hey, can I see your cock? I mean, your pussy." Yeah,
I want a soft-boiled clitoris.
It was different, dude. No one's ever done an interview with Grimm, I don't think, like this. You know, most of Grimm's interviews are, let me give you a little sample of it. Let me give you a little taste. And we got donations that are going to come in here. We're going to take phone calls from you guys. It's going to be a fun night. Again, we have Connor from OKFabe here, youtube.com/OKFaber. And we got Jake DeMarco here and myself for Out of Nowhere. And here's a little clip of, I've been friends with Grimm a while, but here's a little bit of that. Because we had a guy call the show acting like him, but it was just random that somebody called and he said I was doing it and making fun of through and everything he did, and I think he got a rough. And you knew because you got there and you realized.
Honestly, care less. But
yeah, here it is.
I was blaming him like it was a setup.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody was pulling me off, saying, "Oh, nobody knew anything about this. Those guys acted on their own." Rah, rah, rah. You know, and I'm like getting my shit, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Fuck you all.
Yeah. Well, I think the Scampoli in his video of you, if you should go look it up. I mean, if you want, it's kind of. I mean, he's ranking on you there.
I could honestly care less. But.
Yeah. Wait, those Scampolis. Yeah, but it's great.
You know, the thought process of why things are.
Yeah.
Like, it's great, but my brain doesn't work like that. I'm like, no, that guy's cool. He should kill people.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you're like. I think you're like the more positive side.
Not moving the camera.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you have to look through the lens.
And all your videos remind me of all the backyard wrestling I did. So there you go. This is a long video. I mean, I think we did about 40 minutes. So that's coming out soon. Me and Grimm sitting down talking about stuff. We talked about the incident where he got attacked for real, like in a shoot, and what went on there, and other promoters and other stuff in wrestling. And, you know, the wrestlers that don't like what he does, his situation with Ryback that he had. And we can confirm, too, that definitely Pat Buck and Ryback had some kind of falling out. Surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah, I mean, we knew already that he was replaced in the podcast, but it wasn't a mutual agreed split. There was definitely some big animosity going on from the big guy.
Some tension.
The big guy.
Pat, I'm fucking sick of you. I'm done. Seriously, I'm fucking done.
Anyway, let's move on. Let me see what we got for.
We can start off with that story. Actually, I want to bring this up because Ryback came out and said Vince McMahon thought he was fat and didn't understand his entrance and his character.
What do you mean? Didn't they create the entrance?
That's what I had thought. But Wrestling Inc. Did an interview. They had an appearance at Ryback and Colt Cabana's, Art of Wrestling podcast. So they were discussing Ryback's working relationship with Vince. And right here, you hear Ryback say, "It's funny. Vince was the one that put me in the singlet because he thought I was fat at one point. I've never been fat at any point in my career, but this was a real thing. Word had gotten back to me that I needed to lose 30 pounds, and this is right before I debuted as Ryback." And then he said about the entrance with him doing the thing with his arms, where he, right before he slammed his fist down. He said, "I'm collecting my energy in the arena, feeding off the energy of the crowd. Mm-hmm. I'm collecting the left side, I'm collecting the right side, and then, I slam down, eject, and it goes into my quads. And I know Vince will understand that." And Vince thought it was fucking stupid. But because the pyro went to it, they kept it.
But you didn't even see the pyro.
Yeah, it was backstage. Well, in person, it was really loud, but...
No, but it was just a bang though. But like that's even stupider.
I know. I'm telling you.
And the whole thing about him being fat. Like, do you guys remember when he was on Tough Enough?
Yeah, and he ate a lot.
Just would not stop eating.
Al
Like,
Snow would be like,
yes,
bitching at him, like, go get yourself a snack and get your ass in the ring.
yeah, like I just have a couple Rice Krispie treats. Like, dude, he had like a fucking bag, not like one or two as a snack. He was having a fucking bag of them. And then I think like Bill DeMott punched him in the face or something for eating.
Maybe Vince just thought he was fat because he'd been eating so much. Vince was like, "Oh, you must be fat." Let me throw some donations out here before we get behind it.
Shitbum.
We got Shitbum here.
Hey Joe,
Hey.
I just upped my pledge on Patreon from $2 to $25.
Just shutted him out too.
You're so fucking awesome. Fuck Tommy's corpse, fuck JD corpse,
Oh
fuck
my
Cornet's corpse, fuck Denny Hamlin's corpse.
Fuck their corpse. Bulldog Club. Yeah, Bulldog Club, man. Yeah, I shouted you out a minute ago. Hope you heard it. But yeah, this dude went from $2 a month to $25 a month. Bulldog Club. I love your motherfucking patronage. Thank you, man. Thanks for
A lot of corpses.
Yeah, a lot of dead bastards, you know.
The bodies are piling up. We're gonna have to do something about this soon. Your basement's full.
Let the bodies hit my mouth. Let the bodies.
Super chat party.
Super chat.
Let's go Astros and F Tommy's corpse.
Yeah, Astros are looking good. Are they still up 5-0? I don't think so. I think something happened. I'm watching the MLB and everything over here too, so I got that going on. We are in, what is it?
It's 5-1.
5-1.
Top of the 8th.
Top of the 8th and 8th. Man, LA. Shit, the Astros could win in Los Angeles. What the hell?
I'm just looking at the Triple H picture, and he looks like he's looking at Seth. Like, am I doing it right? Is this how I do it?
Well, no.
Is this how I fist you?
He looks confused.
He looks good to me. He looks like he's like damn right. You know, like
He looks better than Kurt.
Kurt Angle looked confused.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle
That
looked
vest
like
was too high up on Kurt. It looked like a Halloween costume version.
I have no freaking neck. Like he had like
He really has no neck there.
that's what
But
it
I love
looked
how like Kurt's was weird too, because like Seth and Dean like we're gonna go to war, and Kurt's like, I'm just really happy to be here.
Yeah, that's what it was like. It was like the goofiest thing. It was like right out of like a comedy show or something.
Well,
Like-
he's
really.
a senile old man the next night. It's like, what the fuck?
It's almost like Seth was like, "This is how we do it in the Shield," and then Dean was like, "We don't mess around, man. In the Shield, it's crazy." And then Kurt Angle comes out like, "Hey guys, are we gonna walk now? Like,
Are we gonna walk now?
Hey.
Can we get popcorn?
Hey,
the
gosh
guy's
darn
like
it.
right
I'm
there.
sh-
Can we stop and grab some snacks?
Hey, can we get some
Oh
popcorn
gosh darn it!
before
I
we
really
get down the
hope we
ring?
can,
Hey, do you think people are gonna care that I'm bald? I mean, it was
Oh
just-
shit! I forgot my medals. Can I go back?
oh gosh darn it all! Anyone got any milk? Milk? Anyone?
No.
hey, can I jump over the barrier first? Like, it was just very weird with Kurt. Yeah, it was
Like you said,
Oh,
bringing
weird.
Grandpa back to the home. Like that's what it looked like. It just
Really
you know,
did.
bringing your dad to Comic-Con.
Bring him to the ring. Hold his arms
Dean had to
somewhat
look like
aggressively.
Festus did.
JP Baker donates. JP Baker 91 says Dean has the look like Festus did.
Oh God, he's gonna punt a baby.
Oh really? Look at
That was
Dean.
Snitsky that punted the baby, remember?
Yeah, Snitsky punted the
Oh,
baby.
what's this? You know, Festus.
They both look like fucking idiots.
They all
Oh,
look
my
like-
god, that is a Festus face though. Jesus.
It is that.
Yep. Don't ring a bell.
I get that face a lot though. Sometimes I've seen people thumbnail me where I'm like,
You know, if you pause a video, you know, you're gonna look like shit somewhere.
Get the new Joe Festus shirt available at
Get the
Teespring.
new Joe Cronin Festus shirt. Here it is, guys. Screen cap it. Here it comes, right?
3, 2. Oh, you shouldn't have done the white foam.
Yeah, that was.
That's just asking for trouble.
Leah is just staring at me right now, like,
Got one crooked eye and you got a
And
little
I'm
bit of
just wait-
spit dribbling on your chin.
I'm just waiting for Twitter.
like,
Disapproving look.
I'm just waiting for Twitter now just to come with a sea of just photoshops.
oh, that's
Or
gonna
his
be
baby
everywhere.
Smoked Rudolph.
By the way, everybody,
Repeat it.
send that to Kurt Angle. Send that thumbnail to Kurt Angle,
with the
or
phrase got milk.
or send it to
No,
Dean.
it's Miller time.
Send that to Budweiser too. Tweet that at Budweiser and say, "Here's your new spokesman, Joe Cronin." And everyone send it to Budweiser. I'm not even kidding. Let's do that right now. Let's see how many fucking tweets we can send to Budweiser right now.
God.
Let's everybody tweet those different versions of that thumbnail at Budweiser right now. In fact, I'll grab one too, and I'll tweet one out, and then you retweet that tweet. Okay, let's all do it right now. We're gonna fucking tweet that at Budweiser, all right? I want to have an email from Budweiser tomorrow, like, we will sponsor you. Seriously, we need help. Get Budweiser.
This shield is sponsored by Depends.
Mellow Yellow donation.
Always depend on Depends. Don't forget to spay and neuter your animals.
Mellow Yellow says, the shield is sponsored by Depends. Thank you, Mellow Yellow.
Always depend on Depends. Yeah. You know, Trexter brought up a point. I'm not going to say it's a decent point, but it's a point. Because he said, remember they had him and Triple H and Sting shake hands at WrestleMania a few years ago so they could say Seth earned Triple H's respect. But it was Seth that hated Triple H more, I feel. So for Seth to allow him into the group, I know it's a one-off, but it's really bothering me. I should let it go. I shouldn't be this bothered by something so silly. I know it's overseas. I know they didn't have much of a choice. They had to do something to, pop the crowd. And that is a very out of nowhere thing to see happen, Triple H and the Shield. You figured the Shield's last match was against Evolution, so
yeah. Well, I get it. Kayfabe's dead and all that fun jazz. I get the frustration. But I'm like, it's a fucking house show. Like I know what it's worth. Like I know exactly what we're getting out of this.
Yeah.
Ish.
Oh yeah, but I think it's more because WWE.com and the Twitter handle and whatnot acknowledged it that it's eating me up too.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't bother me that much. I'm not that, I'm just like, they needed to do something big. I shit on WWE a lot. This is one of those times where I don't blame them. They're one of their biggest bookings, like, so to speak, stars of Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah. I'm not blaming them. It just triggers me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I got you. But no, he's not there. Who are you going to get to replace Roman Reigns? There's no one that's big anymore. Roman Reigns has a... Where were they for this show?
Glasgow,
right? Yeah. Well, I mean, probably a lot of people don't give a fuck about him over there, but I don't know. but to WWE, their biggest name was booked. To WWE, their biggest name was booked. To them. So who's going to replace that? There's no one.
KANE,
Yeah, so we're good. Triple H stepped up and was like, yo, I got this.
I would like to have seen like Finn Balor or somebody else get the rub, but...
He wasn't there?
I don't know what the card was for the show. I'm just saying in that role, it would be nice to see talent that's on the main Raw roster at this point in time have a chance to shine with the Shield. Give them a little bit of a chance to shine and sparkle.
Yo, Trevor Cardinal just tweeted me the photo, but no, we got to send this at Budweiser. You didn't tweet Budweiser, Trevor. I love it though. This is a great shot.
Yeah, everybody. Now, Jesus, that's gonna get.
Everybody
tweet this to Budweiser. I want Budweiser's Twitter just blowing up tonight. I'm gonna.
Too bad you didn't have the green screen.
Yeah,
Raw is unbearable.
Yeah, I would have the Page sex tape thing behind me if I had a green screen. Well, you can Photoshop this out of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I should have some fun with this.
That's great.
I mean, it is a silly thing to get upset over, but I noticed that anybody that started watching after the Attitude, like more like the Ruthless Aggression time, 2002 onwards, doesn't really give a shit about kayfabe and the story as much as some of the older viewers. I've noticed that recently by seeing how the way people tweet and how they respond to things like this.
Yeah.
More of the older generation got really bent out of shape about this with the comments like they killed each other at WrestleMania, as where some of the younger viewers were like, oh, that's cool, it's Triple H and the Shield, or who gives a shit,
Well, I think kayfabe was more protected in the Attitude. I mean, the Attitude Era is when it started to unravel. I'll be the first one to say that, but I think you're right. Ruthless Aggression, it's like, look at all the shit they have on the network now. It's like, all the documentaries that like completely annihilates kayfabe and it's gonzo. But I think the Attitude Era just started to unravel it. It wasn't like fully gone, but it was just like...
It was definitely less protected, like you said.
Oh, hands down, yeah. And so by the time we got the Ruthless Aggression, I mean, hell, remember they had Confidential? Yeah, I was pretty much blowing the door wide open on that. So
yeah, I forgot about that. That's a great point. And then Beyond the Mat came out '99, right? That's when it really like opened my eyes when I watched that documentary, and I was like, Jesus Christ! You see Jake the Snake talking about how he's, searching for drugs constantly, always high, and you're like, oh,
my fight 21.
That was definitely a bit of a shocker, being 11 years old at that point. Yeah, here I am. I'm thinking I'm renting like some type of WWF themed pay-per-view, because I was going back and I was going to Tommy K's videos and stuff like that, renting Blockbuster, the old pay-per-views and stuff like that. So when I rented Beyond the Mat, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I see Mick Foley and The Rock, and I'm like, oh, an I Quit match. I thought I already saw this, but all right, let's do this. And then I watch it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't feel good. Like,
oh, yeah.
I feel dirty.
Mommy, I need to take a bath now.
Oh yeah. Take a bath.
Although I think the funniest thing about that dark documentary at the end of the day, there was a part where your favorite person, Jim Cornette, was backstage watching friggin' like some guy, like they were doing a dark match, and one guy's like, holy shit, look at that move, stealing it.
Yeah, right, I remember that. I remember.
Because he was watching the two like
Dark
up and coming
match guys.
indie guys. Yeah.
I
He's like,
remember
oh,
that.
look at that, that's great, we're definitely taking
doing that. We're just borrowing it, that's all.
Yeah, permanently.
And then you get to see Paul Heyman, how
Dude,
they
I
started
heard
ECW and how it took off.
I heard William Shatner's 911 call, and I was like, stealing that.
In the pool, she's in the deep end.
She's in the deep end.
I don't know how she got in the pool. It just sort of happened when I saw her trip and filled it with water while she's in there.
I can't swim. I
don't want to get my feet wet.
I got to shout out Sarah Small. She just upped her pledge from $5 to $8 on Patreon. Thank you, Sarah. And Nito Exodust becoming a patron, $5. I think I shouted him out earlier, but I wanted to give him another shout out on Patreon because New Day rocks. All right, now let's get into this. Well, actually, let me throw some play some of the donations real quick.
Yeah, play some donations. I want to hit one more thing before you got to the main story.
All right, online persona
That's
50.
the look when you eat too much cum soup.
Yeah, man, this is the look, man. That's too much cum soup. Online persona, you got that right. Oh shit!
You eat Tommy's cum soup, you got some problems.
We got some shit coming in from Broken Lion. Shell's gonna chime in. Here we go.
Oh boy!
Here comes the nations. It's KANE.
My name is KANE and I'm donating.
I really hope Astros lose just because that got Justin Verlander. He could win a World Series with my team. Had 2 chances. Didn't do it, so I don't want to see him 1-1 with another team. Hashtag Miz Best on the mic on Raw.
Oh man, yeah, Miz has been killing it, especially with his promos. I mean, I love Miz's promos. I wasn't too happy with how Raw was last week. I think they made Miz look a little goofy, but Broken Lion, thanks for the 666 Broken Lion.
Yeah, boy is back, and I have 2 things
Plus
to
Verlander's
say. One,
getting married
Jimmy
to Kate
Cornette,
Upton.
go get gang banged by the Rock and Roll Express, and that
Yeah.
golem-looking she-beast of a wife you haven't shout.
Damn.
Out to my favorite Japanese YouTuber Fujiko, love ya YouTube Joe.
Eric Gonzalez. Eric, thanks so much for the $5, man. Yeah, we're gonna hope Jim Cornette gets gang banged. He looks like, and his wife looks like Gollum. Oh, it's so terrible. It's so bad. That's so mean. Why are we talking about his wife? What the fuck? Yeah, we got more stuff coming in though. Thank you for that donation, Eric Gonzalez. Oh shit, I was gonna say something to you and I can't think of what it was. It was really a quick little thing, and oh my god, look out!
Hey Joe,
Yo.
Jake and Connor love you guys.
Oh,
Enter the
shit.
chat. Let's get IT started. Pants
Let's
and
get it.
panties off and it lady boners up.
Let's get it started with your panties off and your gushing pussy flowing, everybody. Shell, thank you very much. That's so weird. Shell, thanks for the $33. Very much.
Talking about that soft-boiled clit, Joe.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? What the hell?
Your Dustin Hoffman voice today on the JB show sounded like Bret Hart, Vince McMahon, and The Undertaker had a baby, and that
That's
baby grew up
awesome.
retarded.
Oh my
Like
god. Well, he talks like that. He talks like
he
fucking
does,
dumb.
but it was just...
Shell,
Not inaccurate.
thanks for the money, Shell. Yeah, I talked about the Dustin Hoffman asking for it. The girl was like, what kind of breakfast can I get you? And he was like, I'll take a hard-boiled egg and a soft-boiled clitoris. And so I basically talked about that.
So random.
I talked about that on my show on Patreon, and then I talked about it on Justin Bailey's show because I hosted a show for him today because he's sick. And just had a fucking field day talking about Dustin Hoffman asking for a soft-boiled clitoris. What the fuck, bro? Stoke Steve Boston, what's up? $1. Had Triple H just worn his own attire, it would have been okay, but they went out of their way to make him look like the Shield member, same as Kurt. This weekend's the prestige of being one of the 3 Hounds of Justice.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm getting at, too.
Yeah, I agree with that. That is kind of... to me, you know what? I think it's because I don't give a fuck anymore. Shield's over.
Well, really, you wouldn't want to see people come out wearing the DX uniform. Like when they had Hornswoggle do it, it killed it.
But
is that Titus O'Neil dressed up as a member of the Shield?
Yeah, Triple H is in the Shield now. You're right. It does make it look dumb.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Glad you came around to the dark side.
Shit,
Titus catering.
Haha, this is what happens when you put all your eggs into one basket.
Dun.
Especially if the egg is rotten. I like HHH.
Where was this article? It was
hang on,
Sports Illustrated.
Hang on, an opportunity to get someone on the current roster over. Not another part-timer.
This is what happens when you put all your eggs into one basket, especially if the egg is rotten like Roman. I like Triple H, but fuck's sake, this could be an opportunity to get someone on the current roster over. What are they talking? Movado, how? They're just on a tour, and they need someone
but even
to fill
still,
in.
to hear that, oh shit, Finn Balor or Samoa Joe or anybody else got to go ahead and Elias got to be part of the Shield and take down Bray Wyatt in the club, and oh my god, that's huge. That's big.
Well, WWE doesn't value them like they value Triple H. Like they see again.
I know, but I think the crowds would have popped no matter who got to be with the Shield. So.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Yeah, well, but this
need
is
to put
WWE.
faith into the new talent, into the younger stars, because if they're not building stars, this is what happens. People get sick and you're fucked.
Well, the WWE is fucked because the fact that Triple H is the only one that could step in for Roman, they got nobody. The whole goddamn company's a mess right now. So
John Cena in the Shield,
yeah,
come on.
He was the only other one that could have done it is John Cena.
That's what I'm saying for that level that they're looking for.
Yeah.
The Rock is next at this point.
Yeah. If you
and then Ric
smell...
Flair from a hospital bed with a Shield vest on.
Oh shit! The Punk Gamer, thanks for subbing to the Twitch channel. Punk Gamer, I think that's Jeremy, maybe X the Punk Gamer X, maybe it might be him. The fucking X is on your name. That makes me think of sex. Are we gonna hook up? Man, I'm gonna put that star up your ass.
Well, the star looks happy.
Yeah, that star. Look, I'm picturing in between those two legs on the star, on the bottom left and right stars, like there's a hole right there.
That star just got finger blasted to heaven.
I mean, we're gonna make a hole. It's fine.
Yeah, we gonna
if
make a hole.
If there isn't one, we'll make one. I'll kick a hole in drywall right now if I have to.
Why do you think that star from The More You Know runs away from me?
Yeah, plus when you kick a hole, oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Plus the crust from drywall.
Shitbum.
Looks like semen. Here's Broken Line.
Do you guys think Enzo is the most entertaining wrestler on Raw? # Jake is the man.
Broken Line, thanks for the $5 and becoming a $5 Shitbum. I think he's one of the most entertaining guys on there, yeah.
He's been
one of the most entertaining.
Yeah, pretty resilient lately. He's done very well. Even with him having no voice, he was still entertaining as hell. So his mannerisms, his actions, the way he was like frustrated with Gulak not saying things properly and spelling soft, accurately, SOFT. That was funny.
That was funny, yeah.
And Broken Line, you're the man, by the way. So thank you very much. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know if you heard this, Connor, but they're going through the week in wrestling like they usually do on Sports Illustrated, but they said the real reason behind Emma's WWE release.
Yes.
And they interviewed her, and a WWE corporate release delivered some of the coldest words in the wrestling this past Sunday, offering Emma, Darren Young, Summer Rae the best in all of their future endeavors. And it was upsetting because Emma really came out of nowhere, not to sound cliche, but that's the truth, because she just had a great match with Asuka, and she had the rematch on Raw. Now there was a lot of speculation and rumors saying that it was because she didn't get over with she didn't get Asuka over, that it should have been more of a squash match, and that it was her fault that Asuka isn't getting the ovation they desired. That's not the case at all. It all comes down to the fact that she continually voiced her problems and displeasure with creative on Twitter, and she also gave them a bit of guff in the back. They said Emma carried as much respect as an in-ring wrestler as any single woman in the locker room, but her release sends a message to the entire locker room which makes sense, especially after the departure of Jimmy Jacobs and Neville and the successful walkout of Nia Jax. So Nia Jax was able to use her leverage to take a small hiatus. She returned. She had a renewed and strengthened storyline, the article says, from creative. But Emma was on the outside looking in, and it made a great point here. You know, a lot of the things that Emma had a problem with, she exacerbated from the way she voiced her opinion on Twitter. So, you know, I guess they said that, you know, this is looked at as a positive and a negative for people in the locker room. I don't know how I agree with that entirely, but
I did read about that actually today, and yeah, it was very weirdly worded. I don't know. Like it's odd. Like I don't see. I'd be pissed too if I was Emma with everything that she's been going through. You know, going from NXT to being like one of the cornerstones of the women's division in NXT, then going up to the main roster, doing that stupid thing with Santino, going back down and being a heel, helping getting up more women over, then coming back up and like just not doing anything. It's especially the whole Emelina crap too. It's like it's so ass backwards. So maybe they didn't like the way she voiced her opinion. I feel like it's a BS answer, honestly.
I feel like it is too, but I don't think I know it wasn't in retaliation of anything that had to do with Asuka like a lot of people had thought. Right. I heard that from multiple sources. And the way they worded this here, you know, these are through quotes from the company and Emma. They said her exit from the company is viewed by some in the back as an addition by subtraction in the locker room. And I thought that was a very odd way of putting that. But when you break that down, the fact that she's gone builds up the rest of the women. I don't see how.
That is the most asinine thing. That is so stupid.
What, it gives them more opportunities because she's not there to take their opportunity? But she wasn't given one to begin with.
The women's division is horrid right now. Like the thing they need is like new star power, and rather than bringing Asuka in to fucking squash everybody, that's so dumb. I did read that statement. It's an addition by a subtraction. You know what that means? It means that they don't have to listen to her bitching anymore.
Exactly. They don't want to hear her complain and say that she wasn't given a proper opportunity. Yeah. And even Paige had said that, you know, it really was Emma the one pushing for the women's revolution in the back. You know, they said that it was Paige that started the women's revolution initially via storyline, right? But it was Emma that was fighting for it constantly, and she was the one tweeting about, you know, give divas a chance, and she got that ball rolling. Yeah. And then Stephanie kind of made it into an empowerment angle, you know, women empowerment and, you know, strength and unity, things like that, which is all well and good because we've always said the women deserve their own time. I wanted the women to get their own Rumble, their own Money in the Bank. I wanted to see the women have their own tournament, you know, and we got all that this year. And it's almost like, whoa, Jesus, I wish some of that didn't happen.
Yeah, slow
the Money in the Bank. Well, never mind, just slow down, but pick a direction and stick with it. You know, Ellsworth never should have gotten involved in the match the way he did, picking up the briefcase. That devalued that, you know, horridly. To have essentially a guy win, it brings you back to WrestleMania 25 when you had Santino win the women's battle royal.
Okay, yeah, that was, yeah.
You know,
Miss WrestleMania.
Yeah, Miss WrestleMania. That went ahead and had, you know, it harkened back to that moment for me to see Ellsworth climb the ladder and grab the briefcase, even though he gave it to Carmella. To me, it was upsetting, and I really feel like they I don't know. They took away an opportunity for those women that fought so hard to be there in the first place.
It's that I can't argue that. I can't disagree with that statement, but at the same time, part of me is like, part of me still, a very small part of me still believes in the heat that it generated. I get exactly where you're coming from, and I'm just as upset that happened. And I think if it wasn't the first one, it wouldn't have been so nuclear and so controversial. I think that's really the big thing there. Like if they did this, like if they do another women's Money in the Bank next year and they had the same repeat, like if they had that then, I think that would have not been as I shouldn't say blown out of proportion because it's rightfully so. I completely agree with you.
No, it was slightly blown out. I'm not disagreeing there. I mean, it's not the be all end all for, you know, the women's division or the ladder matches, but it was just a sour note for it to be the first one.
Right.
Like you said, if it was the second one or, you know, it wasn't the inaugural women's match for Money in the Bank, right. I don't think, like you said, it wouldn't have been, the blowback wouldn't have been as severe.
Right.
Absolutely. KO in the chat says, "Oh, Jake focuses on the most pointless shit in wrestling." But what I'm trying to convey here is the fact that the women deserve better. That's not pointless. That's a goddamn fact. They've been misused, mishandled. The women had the main event spot Monday only to be used as a misdirection for Braun's return. That's it. You had Mickie James, trying to win the title from Alexa Bliss. And you knew Mickie had no shot because Alexa already has her title match slated for Survivor Series. Right. But the only reason they were in the main event was the same reason the Cruiserweights would be, just to kill time, to end the show.
Well, they're not even focused on the third hour anymore.
No, they're really not. I mean, there was a note here before that the viewership was down 600,000 viewers by the third hour.
And I don't know if that's because of just the length of the show. I think that might be part of it.
Could be kids going to bed, but I mean, we all stayed up in the Attitude Era and stuff. They had 7 million, 8 million people viewing at that time.
Yeah,
I was sneaking to stay up under the covers,
that's the part that kind of mind fucks me on that, is because, like Joe's point, we stayed up to 11 o'clock and beyond. But maybe the first hour is just I don't get that. It's very weird to me, but I will admit that as over the top as the whole Miz performance was, I did get a crack out of it. I enjoyed Braun rising from the trash like a stinky He-Man freaking hacks, like a hillbilly fucking.
It was dude,
juggernaut.
No, to me, dude, it was like the boss at the end of a video game. He was like,
yes, yeah.
If you could put it
like a Mega Man style, yeah.
Oh my god.
It just could have been handled better, I think, a little bit, because they shouldn't have had the trash in the, in the locker room. I think that was the problem we had with that.
There was logically, a lot of things.
It didn't make sense, but still,
they could have made it look better. My problem was I like the rising up thing. I wanted that to happen because we talked about that happening, but it's like but everything else was so cheesy that it was just, I thought it was horrible. I will leak something out. I talked to Grim earlier. I asked him about this. I said, Grim, what did you think? He loved it. He thought it was awesome and loved it and everything. And I just thought he was like, I'm a wrestling. He was basically, I was getting it after Grim a little bit because he's like, well, I'm a wrestling fan, so I love wrestling, And he's like, I loved it. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm a wrestling fan. And I thought it was goofy as shit, not in a good way.
I just want a little bit of logic. Is that much to ask for? Everything doesn't have to make sense.
But there's not much when it comes to Strowman.
Well, there could be, though. I mean, I like the fact that he could be an absolute ridiculous monster, destroying things left and right. That's fine. Him flipping an ambulance. Wrestling's supposed to be, like I said, just a little bit of logic. It doesn't have to be completely weighted in reality. Him being stronger than any other man, obviously he looks big and powerful, so he's flipping an ambulance. He's surviving these car crash scenarios. Go with it. It's not real. We know this. But there's certain times where it's just, even Marvel has a storyline to follow. They try and retcon so many things in wrestling that their timeline gets all fucked up, and it's hard to grasp character motivations or be like, well, why did this happen? You're not supposed to question everything that you watch. You're just supposed to be able to go with the flow. When you're forcefully taken out of viewing something, that's a problem.
Right.
Real, fake, no matter what. When you have to take a step back and be like, well, that was stupid, or why did they do that, or why was this done? When you have to start asking questions to try and interpret and analyze something, that's bad. You fucked up. That's your number one job. Keep the viewer interested. Make them want to come back for more.
Well, they would say that they did that with this. They'd be like, oh, well, we did, because they don't know what they're
I don't want to see where Braun goes from here. I like seeing him, but as far as their storyline, I couldn't give two shits.
I will admit, this is something I actually mentioned in my Raw review too, was that it's very confuddled and confusing because we were led to believe, based the way they were going, okay, we're going to eventually be with KANE versus Strowman. It was eventually going to get to that. We're going in that right. Okay, cool. We see this. KANE's cut the promo. We threw him in the garbage. All that fucking shit. And now it's well, now Braun's going after Miz. What the fuck is going on? And now KANE's after Balor, and the club is it's a fucking nightmare.
It's almost a million people got to see the end of Raw anyways. That's bad. And we found out, some people thought AJ and Finn Balor were being punished, or specifically Finn, for the too sweet at the end of their match.
Yeah.
previously, that wasn't the case. I guess now the reason on why Kane destroyed Finn Balor and Seth Rollins was revealed. It's only because they want him to be an unstoppable force on Raw, setting up a final showdown with Braun Strowman, where the monster among men will defeat Kane to establish himself as the monster of Raw.
Cool.
So it was already planned.
Finn.
Exactly. That was why I had such a hard, time accepting that. Finn had a great match, and I guess Vince was okay with the Too Sweet thing because that's why he allowed them to call the rematch Too Sweet. They said Finn versus AJ Too Sweet.
Well, they don't mind if they do it if it's in their company. Like that. That's the thing.
But I would have preferred so the point of that
Marvin,
is to establish
Look at this. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Online Persona has the best one, I think, so far.
We got to get a fucking a beer can or a beer or
my god! And he put the mouth on there and everything with Tommy dragging me away. Online
Tommy
Persona.
dragging you that's fucking amazing.
Oh,
did he tag Budweiser?
Great.
Yes, he did. Good job, tag Budweiser. Everybody, I'm surprised not more people are doing this. Where the hell are all the pictures to Budweiser? What the fuck? You gotta represent that shit on Twitter here.
Oh, we'll take a friggin' Bud Light with lime.
Yeah, and click the like button too.
Mm-hmm. But my thing is okay, the what they're doing with Kane, I understand. They're trying to establish him a monster, but why do you have to do it with Finn specifically? There are plenty of guys on the roster. Fuck, and I know I know a lot of you guys are gonna groan at this one. Jesus Christ, it would have been fine if it was the fucking Big Show for all I give a shit about.
Yeah, Big Show.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Elias get crushed. I originally said him, but no, I want to see. So Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Kalisto could have had him kill everybody on 205 Live because they already don't matter.
Well, I mean, fucking Strowman did that before, so why not?
Exactly. So
Kane take out all the babyface cruiserweights.
Yeah, I've been beating up the whole 205 Live crowd.
Fucking, there's not enough of them. Who just said it? Someone just said he comes to an arena. Jake Daniels for real just said, how stupid are people to come to an empty arena to watch it on a screen? That's what it feels like lately.
Yeah, I mean, and for the crowd, it's like they saw a faux main event in the middle of the ring, and then this stuff went on backstage. They're probably like,
that's exactly what I was saying. I said that's why it upset me so much about the women. I don't know if you heard me say that before, Joe, but that was my big problem with it, is the fact that I want the women to have more. I want them to be more respected. The main event was only given to them as the main event to be filler until Braun returned. Well, and that's sad. And that's unfair.
Now that's why the crowd was so happy though when they came out there at the end, because they were like, oh shit, they are going to come out here because we thought we were going to get screwed.
Exactly, because the crowd knew that Mickie James had no chance of winning, so they already knew the outcome of the match. And then, speaking of everything with the women, now Daniel Bryan apparently isn't going to be the general manager of SmackDown much longer. The latest rumor is that he's going to be replaced soon by none other than Nikki Bella.
What?
Yeah. As per the vast majority of industry experts, Nikki Bella, who's been off the main roster since WrestleMania, is reportedly the most likely candidate to assume the position of SmackDown Live's general manager role. Season 7
get that, though.
Total Diva started today.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to throw up.
It's going to chronicle Nikki's pursuit of the SmackDown Live GM position. So apparently that storyline slipped from producers that Nikki's gonna be going for the GM position.
Well, now Joe's really foaming at the mouth.
Dude, I'm gonna throw up.
Cyanide pill.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw the fuck up.
So the Total Bella Total Divas is gonna go and chronicle everything that happened beforehand, but the Total Bella show is gonna show, Brie with the baby and Daniel, and then Nikki's gonna be pursuing the GM role.
Oh my god.
I get it.
That fucking hurt your soul.
Imagine getting fucking replaced by your sister-in-law.
Oh, I know. And then to have her come out every freaking, Tuesday night and, are you guys ready for SmackDown? You know what I mean? Like, oh god.
It's like I'm listening to her now. Jesus. Ugh.
You know what's funny is a while back somebody won a Dunkin' Donuts card, and we got confused on the show. I figured out what happened. Somebody thought they won, and I said that they won, but then the real person that won was there, and then I said they won. And so I ended up getting 2 messages from people that said, where's my Dunkin' Donuts card? And so, oh, cool, I won the Dunkin' Donuts card. And I sent it to the wrong person. But
Oh,
like,
shit.
but whatever, they get it anyway. But so the Mel yells like, "Where's the? Wait a minute." So Mello, send me your address again so I can send you the card. I got the other ones here. I got them all. I was like, I'll just get a couple more. So I did. So I send me your address. Yeah, I got them all and I forgot about his.
Yeah, it's hard to manage enough on your plate as is. So.
Yeah, but yeah, send me your thing so I can send that to you. Yeah, it was weird because it happened that night. I was drunk that night. And then the next day I was like, oh man, I think I made it seem like two different people won. So like, cause I got emails from both of them like, hey, I won. Like, so if send me your address again so I can get those out to you. I just got those here. My God, I can't believe that happened, dude. I was so like, oh my God. I was like, oh, whatever. It was good.
I'm still waiting for that card that I won in 2014, but it'll happen eventually.
What's that?
I don't remember. There was something a long time ago that I had won in some chat you gave away. This is like
dude, there's been so many of those. Like, it's fucked up. Jason Tarr has been waiting for Seth Rollins forever.
Oh yeah.
Somebody I lost the Seth Rollins card that he'd won, and I put it like way somewhere. So then I found something else, and now I finally found it again. So I just like found it again, tried to mail it like a bunch of times. It never got to him. So then I got that as well. So now the fucking jig is up. But no, I got the
just swimming in gift cards or something, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had two Dunkin' Donuts ones anyway, so I was just gonna give them away.
Reminds me of a buddy of mine. We used to play poker, and he'd show up with no cash but a bunch of gift cards, and he'd want to play. He'd be like, "I got $3.17 on a Best Buy gift card. How much will that get me?"
Do you remember when I sent out that card to that guy? Like, somebody won something, and I sent him the card, and he got the card, and he like opened it and everything. And he like ranted on me. Like the next day, he was like ranting on how I suck and all these things.
Yeah, he literally turned on you.
And I was like, dude, what the fuck? I gave away a card and you won it and I sent it to you and like you're like ragging on me, like shitting on me, like what the fuck is going on? Will you? No, Astros won. Yeah, congratulations to the Houston Astros. Man, I hope my ex-girlfriend was at the game in Los Angeles with a Dodgers jersey on, and I hope she was like, "Oh, fuck." Yeah, I hope
when you
to
have
God.
no feelings, you always have that spite. I noticed that the other day. I haven't thought about my ex in ages. It never crosses my mind. But I just so happened to drive by our house, and I was like, I have a carton of eggs in the back seat. I just went grocery shopping. Should I egg her house?
No, see, that'd be
Her
weird.
mailbox is open.
See, that's fucked up. Like if you start egging an ex-girlfriend's house, that's weird. That's like you might still want to bang her. Like that's weird.
Oh, I'm joking, of course, but
yeah, you better cover it up. No, but yeah, so. But no, with mine, I happen to be like sometimes I was scrolling through Instagram. Like I see her on Instagram. She follows me on there. I don't follow anything else. But like I was like,
you're not following her.
No. Well, yeah. I was like, I scrolling through and I'm like, because like they wear the Dodgers outfit and stuff, and it's like you're from Boston. Come on.
You're checking
Come
in to make
on.
sure she's not doing better than
Why
you.
you're from Boston?
Scenarios.
Yeah, I hope you. I want to see bad things happen. So I'm like, this is bullshit.
Did this bitch get struck by lightning yet?
No, not yet. They should though. Dan Kennedy.
You want it to happen as Houston won.
Yeah.
Double trouble for her.
We got to get the donations going back up, and we're going to open the phone lines up. Those are open. We got a bunch of shit to talk about, including the Undertaker situation, and a couple other things. But a couple phone calls coming in right now, so I'll throw them on here. Dan Kennedy's calling. What's up, Dan? Oh, we lost him. I don't know. I picked up the phone, and he wasn't there. Let's talk about the Undertaker deal right now. Let's go right into
let's get into this bullshit, huh? I saw this from the Sun today. Connor, did you hear about this?
No, you were telling me a little bit about it, but I have not heard anything about this.
So, porn legend herself, the queen of the, the bedroom, Jenna Jameson, she had an autobiography recently come out called How to Make Love to a Porn Star. And she said she used to be friends with The Undertaker. Now, the article is very oddly written. It kind of jumps all over the place.
It's wishy-washy. It's wishy-washy for sure.
Yeah, Jameson says she was only 16 at the time, and she used to watch On with Shyness whenever the wrestler visited the tattoo parlor she worked at. And then she said in 2004, she spent 6 weeks with this book on the New York Times bestseller list. The porn queen then claimed that she was good friends and hanging out with The Undertaker still. She wrote, Undertaker was one of the biggest wrestlers at the time. No shit. So then the article said he would put people in coffins and set them on fire in the ring, and the scary thing is that character he played was not an act. She went on to claim that the Phenom.
Can we stop you?
being-
Let me stop you right there. The character he played is not an act. That is so much bullshit. Because
Well, this is why they say that, because she said that the Phenom, despite being one of the most feared wrestlers on the planet, was in fact scared of her.
yeah, so first they
What?
say that Mark Calloway is exactly like the Undertaker in the ring, and he'll do that.
Of course.
But that that he was actually scared of her. Okay.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So then it says, however, despite allegedly being creeped out by her hanging around the tattoo shop, so not scared of her. Now they're creeped out about her being around the tattoo shop. She did reveal about how he came to her aid. Listen to this carefully. He came to her aid when a guy was pestering her at one of her shows. The man was attempting to buy her a drink and bothering her. Undertaker intervened, telling the guy, "You can get me a shot of Jaeger, and you can get yourself a shot of Shut the Fuck Up."
That I
Right?
believe.
That I believe. He came to her aid. She said Taker, 52, then tried to woo Jameson, according to the widely recognized porn star, telling her, he said to her, "I'm going to kick your boyfriend's ass and take you away with me." She recalled quickly realizing it was no joke and making a sharp exit to save her would-be suitor from a severe beatdown from The Undertaker. She said, "I knew he was serious. I ran upstairs, told my boyfriend we had to leave because the guy was going to beat the fuck out of him and kidnap me. So I never saw him again."
So, I mean, honestly, first of all, he wasn't going to kidnap her. He was talking like tough guy talk. Like, I'm going to take you away from him or like take you with me, you know. Basically saying like, I like you and this guy shouldn't be treating you like this. But I mean, it is a little weird, but I've seen guys do stuff like this. But the title should read like Undertaker almost kicked my boyfriend's ass. Like, what is this?
Yeah, not that they're trying to be part of this whole hashtag Me Too angle that's going on right now.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And
By
they're
outing
trying
the
to,
Undertaker,
basically, I feel like they're making a mockery of real women coming out with their, harrowing stories of being raped, assaulted, molested, whatever it may be, by talking about a time, a wrestler intervened with a guy that was giving you shit.
Yeah, and like
then he said
Undertaker was the good
something-
guy.
Not even that crass. He said, "Oh, I'll kick your boyfriend's ass and take you with me." And then she ran away thinking it was legitimate.
And how do these
But the-
people remember these type of things from like 20-something years ago that are just now a story?
Exactly. And
What?
this is from the newest book that she wrote, but the book back in 2004 said they were good friends.
Yeah.
So which is it? Are you good friends?
Yeah.
If you're good friends, you would know his mannerisms, his demeanor, and then before that you said he's afraid of you.
Wait a second.
then-
The book she wrote in 2004 said they were friends?
Yeah, I read that
What the
right
fuck?
here. In
Yeah,
her
this
2004
is all-
book, which
What a
it was on the
bitch.
bestseller list, the porn queen claims they ended up becoming good friends and hung out together.
What a...
So
Dude,
when
she's a
did
She wrote,
sicko.
that's when she wrote Undertaker was one of the biggest wrestlers. He put people in caskets, burned them, and the scary thing is the character he played was not an act.
Sarah. Maybe Sarah had a point,
so when did this whole incident allegedly happen, time-wise?
Apparently after that book was written, so it had to have been sometime in 2004.
Oh, wait, so the incident happened after she wrote the book?
After she wrote that book, apparently, because this is all in the latest book that she just wrote.
We're so good of friends, I'm going to take you away.
From my understanding with the article, but the article is very
break his
fucking
leg.
wishy-washy.
Dude,
Weird.
Mark Calloway, Undertaker, is so not that like he seems like such the honest like dude, like who would like doesn't stand for bullshit and wouldn't hurt a woman. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, we don't really know him, but this is such a bullshit story though that it's unfucking believable. This was
There's no with the you hear about everything about the Undertaker. There's nothing.
even the
nothing like
insinuation
this.
of this being some sort of negative thing for the Undertaker is fucking despicable.
Good luck.
It's so despicable, dude. All right, we'll come back to this, but let's open up the phone lines, 339-226-6610, and now we got Dan on the phone. Dan Kennedy, what's up? You want to tell the molesting story of The Undertaker?
Yeah, he touched me in a place.
In a place, all right.
That's not vague at all.
So, the Brookline school system is so fucking stupid.
The books? What?
Brookline school system is so fucking stupid.
The Brookline school system, like in Brookline, Massachusetts?
Yes.
What the fuck? That is the most random thing ever that you could have said.
Not wrong.
I guess so. I mean, I went to college there for like a second before I quit, but. What are you talking about? Why? What the fuck?
I'm going to give you the very, very, very short version of the story.
All right, because why the hell? What the hell? What?
So my brother was in a group of with his friends, right?
Yeah.
You know how kids are nowadays.
Yeah, like they touch each other's privates.
No, not like that.
Oh.
You know, like you know how they all talk a bunch of shit and shit. You know.
Okay, like that's been forever, but okay, I got you.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I talked some shit.
Yeah, you know.
When I was a kid, I said I was gonna punch Jenna Jameson in her cunt. No, anyway, go ahead. What else?
So basically, my brother, it was taken out of context when he basically said the N-word.
Your brother said the N-word?
Basically.
This is going so bizarre right now. I have no idea. All right. What? Like he said it to one of your friends, or like I don't get it. Like, why is this? What is happening right now?
The moral of the story is
he was in a group of his friends.
Okay, he's with his friends and he says like the N-word. Okay.
You know, but he was taken out of context.
Well, what I mean,
because he would basically. It's complicated, but anyways.
Man, you should have called on Monetize This for the story. This story would have been amazing on Monetize This. Like this would have been the greatest thing ever. Like if it was Monetize This.
God.
What the fuck is? Okay, so what's happening as a result of him randomly? I don't know why saying the N-word.
Basically, he was talking about how racist groups and shit are so like stupid when it's within his group of friends, from what I understand.
So he's talking about how what racist groups are like, and then he says the N-word.
Yeah, because he said racist groups are basically stupid. He said, but he did admit to his friend that he did use the N-word privately in his room.
Okay, and why is he in trouble?
Because some kid got his panties in a bunch and got all frustrated with it. Threw a soda can at him, and the teachers are blaming my brother because he's white.
Okay. In like what school? What is this? Is in school?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a friend conversation.
Yeah, but it happened on school grounds.
Okay. I'm gonna kill myself in a minute. Like
I'm very okay.
Oh God.
Skip.
Dan, did you call the right show?
I think I did. This is the Joe Cronin show, right?
Yes, it is. I don't know what you want me to say. You know what? Call back on Friday night. Call back on Monetize This. I'll talk all about this. Call me back Friday night. I gotta hang up on you. What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
And we're done with phone calls for the night. Thank you, folks.
That was out of nowhere.
Oh my God, dude! Like what? Like hey, we're talking like Roman, like the Shield and Triple H and all these things.
Kid up laughing.
Hey, hey, Joe.
My friend might be a racist.
It was also kind of out of context, Joe. I mean,
the Brooklyn school system sucks.
I want whatever weed he's smoking.
Why does the Brooklyn school system suck? Well, my friend, he said the N-word.
Yeah. And?
What the fuck is happening right now?
Moral of the story
That was
is...
the weirdest fucking phone call.
Imagine being a racist in Brooklyn.
Yeah, like good luck to you.
You'd die in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
What's that freaking scene from that Adam Sandler movie where it's like that at no point did you ever have a freaking anything that remotely resembled an answer. Everyone here is now dumber having listened to that conversation. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
May God have mercy on your soul. If I didn't have earbuds in, I think my brain would have melted out my ear right now.
Wow, I mean, I don't know what I would have a field day with that on Monetize This, but being on Out of Nowhere, that'd be like, all right, man.
I don't know where to go.
We're talking about Roman and Cena and everything, and then someone calls up and goes, "Hey, Joe, I have no ball sack."
What call was that?
What the fuck just happened?
Do you like giraffes? Like what?
Hey, did you get the
Dave
Kleenex
Martinez
last
says
week?
you're
Yeah, it was
smoking
great.
giraffe penis.
Hey,
And
did
that
you get
was-
the Kleenex last week? Great in the submarine. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, you ever stuck your hand up your ass and then called your mother for support?
Kind of want to go to Brookline now.
Yeah. I went to school in Brookline. I never saw any of that racist shit out there. Wow, okay.
It's news to me. I sent you guys a picture of Jenna Jameson with her because she just had her third child, but this is her pregnant. Dear God, it looks like me in a dress. She looks like she's wearing a muumuu.
No, this wasn't.
I would not know that that's Jenna Jameson.
This wasn't
No,
Brookline.
not.
This wasn't Brooklyn, New York. This was Brookline, Massachusetts. Brookline, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought it was
it's-
Brooklyn. I couldn't
No.
hear.
You know, if it weren't for my horse, I wouldn't have spent that year in college.
You know what though?
That's what it reminded me of.
If you were in class and and somebody threw a soda can and the teacher was like, "What are you doing throwing a soda can?" and then you said, "That guy just called me the N-word." Like, I would think the guy that said the N-word probably would be in trouble. Like,
Well, it
to be
depends on
honest.
what the soda brand was, what direction.
Yeah.
I'd like to hope he'd get in
If it was a
trouble for saying that.
Tuesday,
Yeah, we are not racist here, Lean, you fucking idiot. Like, I mean, it's not
That's
racist
what I'm saying.
here.
I hope he would get in trouble.
There's such a stigma, a fake stigma in Boston. We're the most fucking liberal city, fucking area there is, you dumb fuck. We voted for Obama like you wouldn't believe. And we overwhelmingly voted for Hillary Clinton here. We're the bluest state you could ever see. So we are not racist here, and you're a fucking idiot. So go look up the facts on who votes for what. Because you're on fucking crack cocaine. In fact, the western part of Massachusetts is the one that votes more Republican. So you couldn't be any fucking dumber. If you look up who voted for Hillary Clinton over Trump or who voted for Obama, like, Massachusetts is one of the top states that voted all blue and
Yep.
for that person. Like, I'm not saying I did because I didn't vote, but, you know, it's,
neither did I.
but you know what I mean? You know, so that's just the dumbest state ever. Boston has a history of racism. Yeah, every state in America. Boston had the first ever black African American hockey player. You know why Boston, they think Boston is racist? Because Boston is one of the first places to allow blacks to do everything. So because there was pushback from that was in the public eye, like, people think it's like this crazy racism. South Boston was pretty hardcore with some racism, but everywhere was racist. So it really doesn't make any sense at all. This place is so liberal.
Chilling in Brookline.
You wouldn't
So many
believe
people
it.
on Twitter reached out. You got Bernard Scott saying, "I'm cracking the fuck up," and Jimmy says, "What kind of fucking call was that?" And then a few people like Rostafa put up the meme that you said from Billy Madison. Oh my God!
Right.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Well, the Red,
where'd you know points?
they talked about the Red Sox not having a black player. The Red Sox ownership was racist. The Yankees were pretty much. I think they were racist, and I'm pretty sure they didn't have a black guy on the Boston Red Sox for a while. You could say the Red Sox team was racist. The owner, the Yankees, I think were. So that's true. That definitely is true. The owners of the Red Sox back in the day. That's why
You
they
could
want
say insert any name here. Back in the day was racist.
Yeah,
and I believe
it's
you. So
this fucking crybabies trying
You know
to
those
find
lovely
something.
plantation owners with the cotton fields? No, those
Yeah.
guys were.
Tell me how
good.
Mississippi's doing right now, because I've got black friends out there that say it's like fucking horrible out there with white people. So, I mean, we're doing pretty good here in Massachusetts. I live among blacks and fucking Asian and fucking Latino and everything, and we just all get along. There ain't no fucking racism here, really, other than the same racism there is everywhere. So,
only racist on this show is when we talk about Hulk Hogan.
I mean, if you want to talk about racism, you could talk about the white lady that was knocked out the other day by black people, and then a bunch of people took pictures of her, then robbed her after the guy knocked her out. I mean, that's
nice.
That's racist, isn't it? I mean, I'm not going and saying that state is racist towards white people because somebody did that. So quit fucking crying. This city's so liberal. Go look up the stats. Go use your fucking brain for a second and look up the stats of how Massachusetts votes and how Boston votes.
Alan said you were right, Joe. The owner was racist, not the team, So,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. Whoever the owner, at the time is, if they're racist, it reflects badly on the team. The team could be as, positive and nice as you want them to be, but if you're owned by somebody that's racist, you get viewed as, you get lumped in the same agenda. It sucks.
Yeah. Atlanta's the same way, too. Atlanta, Georgia is great, but if you get outside of Atlanta in Georgia, like get it to the skirts, there's some fucking weird shit out there, too.
It's like we're the Hartford Kikes. I don't know why people have a problem with us. Jesus,
Yeah, right? Oh, God. Beat that cracker's ass.
I don't understand.
What's it matter? I mean, our mascot's just a burning cross. No big deal.
Yeah, exactly. We got a swastika armband for the kids. Ashtray in every seat.
All right, fine. You're offended by the swastika. Just turn it upside down.
Yeah, I've had guns drawn on me twice in Massachusetts for no reason, so they must be racist. The cops must be racist towards white people here.
Exactly,
dude,
right?
The cops don't give a fuck here. We have the best cops. Like go try to look up like person shot or guy shot because of whatever the fuck, and it's like they just don't really happen in Boston much at all.
Yeah. I told you, my town, fought up against racism because Matthew Hale called this his longtime, home place. And they went ahead and, he did a big speech at the public library, and I was there when everyone protested it, and the cops had to pepper spray the entire audience because, the KKK had planted rioters in, the protesting side to make it look like we were being violent. And, the whole thing was a nightmare, but...
Yeah, dude, I remember in Boston when I first moved here though, there was like a lot of it was just a rough city talk, that they had of people talking bad about certain things. But by like 2002 and 3 and shit, I remember sitting I would go to South Boston with my friends, and everybody be around watching the Chappelle Show and shit, like, this guy's great, like, we love the Chappelle Show. And I remember like people coming over that were every races everywhere, and it was just like nobody cared. Like, it was just so different. I was like, wow, this is not. I thought Boston was like fucked up, and it wasn't anymore. It had been back in the day, though. I'm sure it was, and a lot of that had to do with the Irish mob stuff that was going on. And
I was about to say that, yeah,
all that like Whitey Bulger type of stuff, and all that shit. So that shit was fucked up. I mean, there was something back
in the day.
I mean, dude, Bill Russell fucking had it bad here. Like, it was Bill Russell got fucking heckled like fucking, it was crazy.
I can't even begin to.
But most people would come out and cheer for him and stuff. It would just be those outskirty shithead people types that would do
the assholes.
Yeah, like he never
the
forgets
yuppie heaters.
It's hard for him. Like, he's only started coming back recently. Yeah, those yuppie heaters got him. Fucking yuppie heaters. Let's play some donations. See what's up. Fucking Dan derailed the whole show.
Jim Cornette sucks.
Jim Cornette sucks. Thank you, Mellow Yellow. Fucking Dan derailed the whole show. Hey, my friend was in school and he said the N-word. Like, what the fuck? Why did that happen? What the fuck?
I award you no points.
Now you're like, oh my God. I mean, I don't know. If you drop the N-word in class to somebody, I mean, you're going to get a fucking can thrown at you. I mean, what did you expect?
Yeah, you should get your ass beat. I like the one viral video of the white kid that, says the N-word and then, like, runs out of the classroom.
I've seen that.
He starts getting chased, and then he finally gets his ass kicked. It's like, good. Get him.
XX Frog, thanks for hitting the sub button. In a way, it's almost like, imagine someone who was in class and said, like, yo, I think you're worthless and I hope you die, and I'm going to hurt you someday. Like, what would you do? You might be like, what the fuck? You want to... It's almost like saying that to someone in a way. I don't know. You don't know what to think. I don't fucking know. Why are we talking about this? Why the hell did that call happen?
Weird fucking Joe's white, Jake is off-white, so what's the difference? And I said, yeah, and Connor's 1/16 black. It's just, his penis is. But,
well, you're a little pink looking right now. I'm going to call you clitoris face.
Soft-boiled.
Bulldog is donating. What's up, Bulldog? Here it comes.
Hey Joe, I used to be a casual fan. I was born in mid-attitude era in 1999. Grew up watching Ruthless Aggression. I thought all the shows were great until I found your channel. You repaired my blindness and showed me the truth behind WWE booking.
Damn, I did all that. Bulldog, thanks, man, for the 666. You were born in the mid-Attitude Era in 1999. That was like almost the beginning of it.
That's towards the end.
Yeah, that was the end almost. Bulldog, thanks, man.
Half
The,
black son.
Ruthless Aggression wasn't bad. I mean, I actually just watched, what was it, Survivor Series 2002?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
You know what's funny is I feel like I'm enjoying the Ruthless Aggression Era more now because I didn't watch it that much back then. I didn't watch the Ruthless Aggression Era that much.
Well,
Yeah.
I was watching, they only had like 6 matches, but like the one that really like blew my mind, they had Jamie Noble and Billy Kidman for the Cruiserweight title, the old WCW belt. And there's just a fucking spot where like Noble puts Kidman on the turnbuckle and like pulls him out, like kind of like the Orton DDT.
Yeah.
And just plants him flat on his fucking head right down. And he still kicks out. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That was the first Elimination Chamber, right?
It sure was.
Oh yeah, then that is the good. That's the one where you had like Team Rock versus Team Stone Cold.
No, that was the 2001. That was the Alliance.
That was 2001.
Yeah, 2002 had
They
the
all
first
blur
chamber.
together.
It had an insane triple threat tag. It was Edge and Mysterio against what was it? Angle and Benoit and Los Guerreros.
It's not even monetized this. We're going to monetize this donation.
Monetize this. Put your penis onto my tits.
Too Sweet Tommy Zobo.
You just stuck it in me, in me, in me. Stick it in your pussy.
Pussy.
Too sweet to the sexy woman of JCS Army. At Shell Marie Bryan, my future ex.
Yeah.
Too sweet for life. 420 green heart.
Shit. Thank you very much. Too sweet. Too sweet for my life. 420. He's shouting you out, Shell. He's coming for you, Shell. Yeah, Ruthless Aggression Era was all right. I didn't like it, though, at the beginning, and I stopped watching because I was like, fuck this, you know? I didn't like it. I don't know. It was just me at the time. I was like, yeah, I've seen the Attitude Era. Whatever. And I tuned out a little bit, you know?
I stopped watching like after Mania 2004, and then I came back because I went to
Thank
Vengeance.
you very much for
and
the
there was
live
like Eugene
streams,
and shit
Joe.
fighting.
My recovery is going
Yeah,
good.
me
Thanks
too.
to you, my friend. I appreciate it, my friend.
Oh, Pavey, thanks for the 100 bits. I'm glad your recovery is going well, man. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Awesome.
Keep listening.
Feel better.
Yeah, he jerked off too much. He's recovering from a roasted cock. And you know, I would say that the time I watched the WWE the least amount of time was probably from WrestleMania 20 to WrestleMania 22. I started watching a lot again right before WrestleMania 22. So there was that 2-year span, 20, 21, and then I started watching again at 22.
I stopped like 2005 to like 9 between there. Like I was
Wow.
only intermittent.
See, I like that a little bit because like they brought back DX, and even though it was PG, like the 2006 year was great. I thought,
Yeah.
especially.
See, I saw DX return, but I didn't watch faithfully, so I would come in and out of it, but
well, dude,
more
I mean, like,
away than watching.
I was pumped because 2006 SummerSlam in Boston was like, oh my god, dude! It was like
I was there for that one.
yeah, me too, and I never saw Hulk Hogan.
Neither have I. Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was really crazy that we'd been fans since 87 or whatever. Well, you actually were later, but I was fans since 87. So little kid, loving Hogan, never saw him, always missed Hogan. And then to see him finally in 2006 at the Boston Garden, I was like, just fucking, this is awesome. It was Randy Orton. It didn't matter. It was just to see him, you know. DX versus McMahon and Shane. It was like, I'm getting to see McMahon wrestle, Shane wrestle, DX wrestle, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, Ric Flair wrestled Mick Foley, Hulk Hogan versus Randy Orton, and fucking like, and there's a couple other matches that I'm leaving out too. Like, oh yeah, Sabu wrestled the Big Show, I think.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it was like, this is crazy.
A pre-stacked card. Yeah, it was a pretty fucking nasty card.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was so good. It was like, wow.
That. Yeah, that was a good one. Remember, Flair left like a fucking bleeding like a stuffed pig.
Yeah, Flair was bleeding everywhere. And Mankind, they had that hardcore match. When I go back and watch it, I'm like, I was so lucky I was there. The only thing that sucked is I was like 9 rows back behind the announce tables. So, you know, that's in the part of the arena where there's no elevation.
Yep.
So sometimes
exactly what area you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, people would stand and it would be like, oh shit, I gotta sort of look on my tippy toes. Some guys had signs in front of us, so it was like, this sucks, but.
So yeah, it was Chavo and Rey Mysterio, Big Show and Sabu, Hogan and Orton, Flair and Foley in an I Quit match. I remember this is the match that everybody took the piss break at. Batista versus King Booker.
Yeah.
DX versus the McMahons, and then Edge versus Cena for the title.
Edge versus Cena, I forgot to. And didn't Edge win?
Yeah, the idea was if Edge got disqualified, because this was right when the whole Lita thing was just like picking up steam.
Yeah. If
Edge got DQ'd, he would have lost the title. And there was a spot where like he was in the STF and then Lita's going to hit him with the belt. He's waving no, and he ended up distracting him. And then, yeah, he beat him in Boston.
That was so crazy because there was a guy next to me who was an Orton fan and a Cena fan. So during...
he looked happy.
I was pissed, dude. During the Orton match with Hogan, he was like doing the Randy Orton pose and stuff, and I was like, what the hell? And then he was chanting for Cena, and I wanted to kill him, and I was chanting for Edge because I hate Cena, especially at the time. And then when Cena won, I was like, I can't believe that Cena won. That Cena lost. Like, I was like, this is awesome. This couldn't be any better of a night. Like, this couldn't be any fucking better. I still have that show on tape, too. I had my camera, and I took some video from it. And, yeah, it's crazy to think that was 11 years ago.
Right? Jesus Christ.
I can't believe that was 11 years ago.
Yeah, insane.
Let's take a phone call from Mustafa. It's been a while. See what he wants to talk about. Mustafa.
What's up, play? How you doing?
How you doing, Mustafa, man? How are you?
Yo, what the fuck was it with that weird-ass call?
Dude, I have no idea. I don't know what happened. He wasn't...
Throw it to an N-word, throw a bottle to an N-word here, a bottle to an N-word there. Like, what the heck is this? Like a freaking nursery rhyme for Farouk?
I didn't know what was going on, man.
Damn!
That literally was the weird... Like, normally I can deal with stuff. Like, I usually can handle things pretty well. But that was just so far, like, beyond anything I expected to call on Out of Nowhere, the wrestling show, that I couldn't believe it.
Out of nowhere.
It was really... That was out of nowhere, but it was like, what the hell? He was like, "Oh, it was
that's got to be like a separate thing. Like you got to load up to like on Thursday or something because that was hilarious.
We got
awkward silence.
I mean, like, and I don't understand what happened. I mean, like, okay, like my brother was in school. The guy's brother was in school. Like, got in a fight with somebody, called him the N-word, I think, and then got a can thrown at him, and he got thrown out of class. Like, well, what's the problem?
Right?
Didn't he call?
What's the punchline?
Like what? I don't know what any like. Yeah, I mean, like, what? Like, so I'm assuming your brother is white and the guy was black, and he called the guy the N-word, and then the guy threw a soda can at his head.
But it was all out of context.
While somebody masturbated in the corner. Like, Jesus, what does this mean?
Right, but what his brother said was out of context. So I don't get it. Like,
oh my God.
Conversation was out of context.
So,
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is going on, Dan? I mean, Dan, with your family and whatever. Listen, if anybody says the N-word back in the day in class, like in my school, like if you had said that, like people would have been like, yeah, like what the fuck? Like, and you know what? And the teacher, and yeah, you could have thrown a soda ball at the guy and not been kicked out too. They would have kicked the kid out that said the N-word. Because it would be like saying, it's such a weird thing that it's like, it would. I don't even know what to say. It would almost be like if someone said, like to somebody, like a white kid said to a white kid in the class, "I'm gonna kill you." The teacher would kick you out because that was like enough.
Right, but if I like run into a classroom and say, "Hey, white man can't jump," it's like everybody's looking at me like, "Going, what the fuck?" Just like this caller, you know. I mean, no disrespect to the caller.
Yeah, but white man can't jump is funny. Like white man can't jump is funny. Like that's funny. Like what the fuck? Why did he say? I mean, it's like why'd you say that? But that's funny. You know, like,
right. Anyways, whole new subject.
Fucking weird.
No, you guys were talking about like Ruthless Aggression pay-per-views. The first one that I went to was ECW One Night Stand 06, which was the second one.
Wasn't that the good one where like was that the one where Edge
that was the Van Dam one.
Edge showed up in the helmet, right?
Yeah, the year before
I bought that on DVD.
The first one. That was one of my favorite pay-per-views that I've ever seen was the first one, but the second one I was able to go to last minute with my godfather. And we were in the very, very back, and you could see us on the extra parts of the DVD. But anyways, yeah, I was there with Van Damme and Cena. Dude, the crowd ate Cena alive.
That was awesome.
Dude, I'm 14 years old at the time, and I'm going like, what the fuck? Because I knew I was starting to like really get behind the scenes of wrestling, like, you know, with all the dirt sheets and shit at that time.
Yeah.
And what I remember about that night was just like literally the venom. Like even especially like old school ECW heads that were in the arena were like schooling me based upon who they were cheering, who they weren't cheering. And literally what was funnier was not what was going on commentary when I saw it on DVD, but was really just a banter like, yeah, Orton, you're just as much as a faggot as your father and blah 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 and all this other shit.
Oh
and I was
my
like,
God.
going,
That's
what?
right. They were pretty brutal to Orton too. I forgot. Like I remember he was walking down to the ring,
Someone
and
punched
some
him.
fan like touched his shoulder, and he like flipped him off. And you go back, you can see him saying like "fuck you, fucking faggot." Like you can read Orton's lips saying that to the fan. Like whoa.
I gotta tell you,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, and
I was I'm an old school guy here, and I was raging that pay-per-view. I wanted the mob to jump in the ring. Like I was like so angry at Cena at that time. Like at this time, Cena was never more hated for me. I couldn't stand Cena at this time. Like 06, 07, and 08, and 09, I hated Cena like so much. And dude,
well, that night, I mean, for what I remember, was just like, well, two things. One was when Cena came out to the ring, and you remember the gimmick where Cena would always throw out like his T-shirt, and like, you know, some fan would get it.
Yeah.
They threw it right back at him.
Yeah,
threw
they
it-
chucked it
remember
right.
remember the black
times, I
guy?
remember that.
Remember the black guy?
No,
at
it's
the
more
end?
than three. It was more than three. Yeah. It was
Dude,
black
the
that he
last-
had, and everybody.
The last
Wipes
guy
his
was
ass
that
with
big.
it. That's right.
The last guy was that big black guy. He threw it out and it landed on the big black guy, and the guy threw it back, and then the crowd erupted, and then he was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" Like, and it was just like, "Oh,
and
Jesus
that's on.
Christ!"
By the way, if you get a bootleg copy of that, not the one that WWE put out, but a bootleg copy of that,
Yeah.
you hear that on the TV.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I've got the old DVD, and it's on there. It's not on the network.
Oh wow,
though.
I didn't catch that one. Okay.
No, I mean I got an old one.
Okay.
It's, maybe I.
But I mean, but the one that stood out for me though was that was the night where the quote unquote gimmick sign came out, where it's like, if Cena wins, we riot. That was like the first time that ever like
Yeah, because people
occurred.
had that in the rafter for that banner hanging down.
And I'm 14 years old with my godfather, who was probably 60-something at the time.
Gonna
going,
see a riot.
"Dude, you better pack up a lunch because we're fighting our asses out of here."
Yeah.
Because it was legit. Because like I was scared literally for my safety, because I'm like, if they pull off some screw job finish, the whole place would have been a riot. And Paul Heyman, I think, had enough sense to like say, okay, WWE, Logic, go the fuck home. Let me run this pay-per-view. So, you know, I mean, it's like one of my favorite pay-per-views, but
You just call it a
You know, it's
papes.
supposed to
That was
rush-
great. Yo, that was one of my favorite papes. That was great.
Papes.
I've never heard someone
Hey,
call
well.
it that. That was so great. That was amazing.
Mustafa, how was your birthday?
Yes.
That was your
My
birthday.
birthday, I'll tell you something, man.
Let me tell you, man.
Let me tell you something, Nickel. No, it was okay. I was up to Vermont last week and shit, partied, got drunk, played music and shit, and then got paid for it, thank God. But you know, just rocking and rolling, man. And then
Well,
over the
Rastafa,
weekend-
you're half black, right?
Yeah, part black, Italian, French, Irish on my mom's side,
Okay.
and Native American, Ethiopian, and Dominican
What
on my
you gotta
dad's
do? What you gotta do? I'm telling you, man. I'm giving everyone this tip. Have date a white chick, so that you guys can keep up the mixing there, and then have those kids only date a black person, and you'll get the perfect, like, tan.
Mocha latte, baby.
Yeah, and like those kids will be sought after by like magazines and stuff. There'll be this fucking Mrs. Buttersworth color that people will just be seeking after. I'm telling everybody
Dude,
to
I'll give
do
you the
this.
headline. I'll give you the headline. When you see me, you see America.
I'm telling everyone to do this.
Ooh,
Oh
here we
my
go.
God, yeah. Yeah, Rostov, I'm telling everybody to do
perfect.
this out there. Everybody right now, if you're white, go get a black girl. If you're a black guy, go get a white girl. Mix up, and then have those kids make sure they mix up. And then on the third round, go around, make sure they date the prominent color, and you will get a perfect golden Mrs. Buttersworth. It's amazing.
And remember, four positions at a minimum. At a
Leah-
minimum, 4 positions.
Leah's over here like, no, don't. What are you doing? It's
Just Rostava, just remember, make sure you bring a gun.
Hey, we're all going to be, because we're going to force the whole world to be the same color of tan. Like, it's going to be amazing. Then nobody will be able to tell anybody. It'll be crazy.
Well, apparently firearms are the only way to handle trolls.
Well, you know, allegedly the Pangea theory, the Pangea theory is that eventually what's going to happen is what we start as, like when we're all like literally one color, one, you know, everything, pretty much like as indigenous people.
We'll go back
pretty much
to
going to end up like indigenous. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
You know, I mean, with, you know, just like the land and the water, everything like that, human beings are pretty much going to do the same thing.
Wow, well, that's blowing. That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense though. Eventually, you know. But
well,
that would make me sad
we
though
all know
because
that we have a black gene in us.
Yeah, but it made me sad because I love all the different. Like, I'm weird. I'm the same way with food. I like having bread. Then I like having really spicy shit. Then I like having like Asian food. Then I like having Mexican. I like all these mixing of things. I love weird of everything. So I like the different looking people everywhere. Like, I love it. Like, I love that there's this guy looks that way, this person looks that way, there's red hair, there's black hair, there's white hair, whatever. So like, it would suck for me. Like, I know I was joking about everybody become that color. It'd be funny, but no, it would be really sad. It would be like, oh man, all that different diversity that we had. Like, oh, it's all gone.
But Joe, all pussy matters though, and it must be eaten, and it must be eaten well.
Oh my God! Yeah, gobble 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 gobble. All right, Rostava, happy birthday, man.
Is coming around.
All right, I'll see you, Rostava. Thanks for the call, man.
Thanks. I hope you like the donation.
Oh shit, one's coming.
Yeah, he's in the pipeline.
I hope so.
Oh, it's coming, baby.
It's my first one.
Oh, thanks, man. He broke his cherry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for entertaining me, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
He tried to donate the other day, but we had some problems. So
yeah, he had problems the other day. Yeah, Rostava, thank you, man.
I saw it pop up in the,
Rostava,
the feed, so
Rostava's been calling for like a couple of years now. It's like pretty crazy.
Yeah, he had a troll before giving him some shit, telling him that, you know, he's gonna kick his ass and make sure he brings his gun to defend himself.
Shitbum.
And Rostava's like, all I need is a magazine to kick your ass.
Fucked up with Emma. You should have done so much with her, and WWE does not
talk
care
about Emma.
A.
Here's Broken Lion.
Women's revelation. They still want those women to still be the divas. They just want call them that or treat them like that because it would be an uproar. # blue tights.
Thank you, Broken Line, for the $5. Yeah, we'll talk about Emma in a few minutes. We'll get to that too. We haven't gotten to that. We're fucking running wicked late. We're behind on shit.
Well, we were discussing it before when you were gone, so.
Well, that's okay. I missed out on it then. That's fine then, as long as you talked about something. I went over this in a video on the Joe Cronin Show channel earlier the other day. Or was it today? Yeah, it was today. About all the women just being used wrong, and that's
party.
Here's Donnie M.
To LA Dodgers, best of your future endeavors. Go Astros. F at CK Tommy's corpse.
Donnie M, thanks for the $5 in the super kick party, and congratulations to the Houston Astros. The biggest reason why I was rooting for, in a way, like hoping the Astros won, was so that I knew that at least the team that beat my Boston Red Sox was the team that won the World Series. It makes sense. We lost to the fucking champs. It makes sense. You know, softens
the blow.
Yeah, it softens the blow a little bit. It really did. Because at the time it felt like we got upset. Like we got fucked. Shitbum.
Shit.
Hey guys, I am joining you now. I called into work since I got flu-like systems.
Flu-like systems.
I just seen the end of the World Series and Astros won. So what have I missed so far?
I don't know. You missed a lot of talk. I think you've probably now come in on the bullshit talk. The whole show got derailed when Dan called about his brother in school. Arushin Chu, thanks for the $5.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and catch up. We covered Triple H being a new member of the Shield, and Undertaker being called a bit of a sexual deviant, I guess.
I get, like, what was she getting at? I mean, like, leave the Undertaker, like, oh my Christ, dude, what a sickening story. Like, what the fuck, Jenna Jameson? Go get filled, you fuck.
Let's see, she has been.
My 13, thanks for the sub. Just a dickhead thing. I mean, the Undertaker, come on, man. It's not even like
I guess it was all from the 2004 book, too, I just read. So they literally went ahead and just reported on this now.
Oh, wait, so everything is from the 2004 book?
Everything is from the book in 2004.
I'm just afraid for all the new superstars that are coming up, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but you know that I am one of the biggest Asuka fans there is, but I'm noticing she's getting lukewarm reactions every time she's coming out.
Yeah, Eric Gonzalez, thanks for the $5. You get a good point. It's not looking good, man. It seems like half the crowd of casuals just don't care about these people. Eric, thank you very much. And they don't get why they're supposed to. Like, every time you bring up somebody and you just sort of say, this guy's coming or that guy's coming, it never works out because there's no build around any character for them. And then you add on the fact with Nakamura.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny.
Oh,
Oh, my god, I'm so fucking horny.
Of
Oh
all
my
the
god, I'm
donations.
so fucking horny. Happy fucking birthday. Oh my god.
I was gonna say the language barrier with the Japanese wrestlers, and then this comes up.
So honey, happy birthday. Oh, honey, honey, donation, time, put it in my round bum. Bum.
After, oh man, that donation ends quick. Rastafa, thank you for the $16 donation, Rastafa. After 21 months of watching, this is my first donation. Man, that's crazy, Rastafa. Thanks for breaking your cherry a couple years into this thing.
Yeah.
I gotta read this again because now there's another one coming in. He is the perfect female, Tye Dillinger.
My Houston Astros just won the fucking World Series.
Javier's
Perfect
pumped.
10. Perfect 10. Hashtag earn history. The haters are saying it was rigged, but I think they are just salty as fuck.
Everyone says it, dude. Everyone says it's rigged. Javier, welcome to the club, bro.
Yeah, New England won after 9/11. You know, it always happens like after some disaster or an issue. You know, the Saints doing well after. It always happens. It just coincides that way.
Mm-hmm. Javier, man, congratulations on the Astros win. You beat the Red Sox too, Javier. Thank you so much. Yeah, everyone says it's rigged. Yeah, all the sports are rigged. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, people really said that about the Saints. Remember when the hurricane happened?
Don't watch it because it's all rigged then. Everything is rigged. When your team wins, it's rigged. When that team wins, it's rigged. Who gives a fuck, and you crybabies.
When the Giants beat the Patriots, you know, undefeated season, it was rigged.
Yeah, it's always rigged. Yeah,
why
is
the Giants
it rigged?
beat the Patriots again?
Nobody here said it was rigged in New England, so I don't know where that came from.
I just like being, you know, able to bring up how the Giants beat the Patriots.
Okay.
Rigged.
Call me when you get 5 rings, you fuck.
I still got my retarded quarterback to hold on to.
I got the ball.
I throw the ball.
Ball go kick and fly on field.
Well, we gave Garoppolo away to the 49ers. Enjoy it, 49ers. He's really fucking good. Okay, so Rastafa's donation, I got to read this, man, because it was his first one ever, and he's been calling the show for a long time. And he said, after 21 months of watching this is my first donation. B-Day was Monday, by the way. Wish I could drop $1 million on you. $300K would be your go to your cunt college fund.
No, your kids.
Oh, kids. Fund. Oh, because I blanked out kids. Yeah, because
you blanked out kids. Yeah, because at first I'm like cunt college fund. The
cunt college fund. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's funny that our mind goes there.
Well, based on the photo above it, it kind of looks weird. Thanks for all the hard work. Thank you, Rastava, for still being here after all these years, man. Another long-time listener now, Rastava. I remember when you first used to call, man. What the fuck was that? One of the kids upstairs just freaked out like, ah. All right, let me turn the donations back on so we don't get stuck behind here. We got Connor from kayfabe here.
The Brookline school system is so messed up. I'm going to give you a really, really short version of this story.
Oh my God, Mellow Yellow.
Everyone in the chat is still talking about cunt college. You're going to send your kids to cunt college.
Yo, they're going to cunt college.
Sorry, Danny. I couldn't afford a community college. Just a cunt college.
Mellow Yellow donates 50 cents again. Says, Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Shout out to Howard Stern. If they gave me a chance on Sirius, I'd take your fucking job. You fucking fro head. No, I love Howard Stern, but I mean, come on, man. What is going on over there? Figure it out over there, man. It's not the show anymore. Mellow Yellow.
Again. No point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, I can't wait to play that clip on Monetize This. Metaclucky!
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Joe, the Ohio traffic system sucks. Because my car is racist. It only blows black smoke. And I'm gay. I like turtles. What the fuck? Hashtag get off my Joe Cronin show. Hashtag fuck all the corpses.
That wins.
Oh my god, man, that was so fucking hilarious. Metaclucky, thank you so much for the for the $9.
It was
Ooh,
great.
that wins.
Holy
I like
shit.
turtles.
I like turtles. It was that random. Online persona.
This is the #2 professional podcast. Meow, meow, meow. Sniffles, shut the fuck up. I'm recording a podcast right now. I love how Jay Dino sold Joe during his NXT live stream earlier today.
Bow down to me.
I think you might be dead to him.
Yo, he looked like he was going to cry at one point. He definitely saw what I wrote. I wrote 100% salt, and I gave him 100 bits, and then I put the salt emoji next to it. And you could see he saw it, and he was like, he didn't do anything. It was wicked funny. It was phenomenal walls.
What are you most looking forward to at NXT TakeOver War Games?
Chaos. Honestly, I'm looking forward to, like, chaos. Like, that's legit what I'm... Like, I want to see chaos and blood. I'm not kidding. I want to see blood and chaos, and I'm not kidding. That's what I'm looking forward to. 100% honest. Online persona, thank you.
I hope they do blood in that one.
That really, it feels like it should happen, right? Like, I'm not, like, creepy. Yeah, like, it just feels like there needs to be blood in that thing. I think there will be. Here's online persona again.
Blood.
Once this show is over, we should raid Leva Bates on Twitch.
Leva Bates is on Twitch right now?
I think she just started a Twitch.
Oh my god,
recently.
we should raid her. Let's raid her. That'd be funny. Leva Bates is a former wrestler. Or is a wrestler. Is she still wrestling?
She still is, yeah.
She's gone quiet kind of recently. Well, what's up with that?
Beats me. I know what she's doing stuff on the side.
Twitch, I said Twitter.
The women are never going to get the push that they so justly deserve. They are nothing more than athletic eye candy.
Oh, she is live.
So sad that the women are so talented and are not used properly at all.
Hey, JP Baker 91. I mean, you're definitely right, man. It's really sad. I did a podcast about this on Joe Cronin Show's channel, and just talked. I proved every way they weren't utilized pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only thing I'm worried about with Leva is if we go over there, it's like, oh my god, it's gonna turn into a fuckery. You know, and now I'll have another girl fucking blocking me on Twitter. Like, yeah, it's creepy, fans. It's creepy. I'm blocking his show. There we go. That's how women talk.
My name is KANE and I'm donating.
Oh, fucking God. There's no death.
Sorry I took so long to donate.
Oh, hey.
I was going back and forth between Outta Nowhere and Stranger Things 2.
Oh.
By the way, Cornette loves to blow trannies with herpes. He's got that cum lovin' face.
Cum lovin' face.
Congrats to the Astros. Dodgers did well to make it this far.
Yeah, they did. It was weird, man. Game 7, you couldn't get any closer than that. Thank you, No Death, and enjoy Stranger Things. I'm going to be watching it tonight if Leah gets off
So
the fucking
good. I'm on the
Nintendo
episode where everybody dies. Oh, it's been so good.
Oh, yeah. Or when they all wake up, it was all a dream.
Don't forget, guys, HHH signed a new 3-year wrestler contract after Mania this year. So Vince has to get his money's worth.
That's right. Get out there, Triple H, and
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
I consider that a wrestling contract. That makes sense, though.
Yeah, thanks.
Get
Nolan.
out there and dance, damn it.
Did you hear?
Dance, monkey dance.
Justin Dolan, thanks for the $5. Yeah, did you hear what I did on Bailey's show? Where I was I was being Vince McMahon, like when he's talking with when he gets a black wrestler and he's like black wrestlers that could have been, but they didn't become wrestlers because Vince found out they couldn't dance. He was like, what you got to do is I'm going to put on some Little Richard. And that's going to come out someday. Like, he would put on Little Richard and make me dance. And when I couldn't do it, he fired me.
I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, basically, once you didn't have any uses, he's this way. He's like, I can get rid of 3 black men at once. I make you dance, then you're gone.
That's what I said about New Day. I said I tried to do it. Shitbum.
And I
God.
love Asuka. I mean, I'd marry the woman, but if she is you getting lukewarm reactions. I am terrified when Kairi Sane comes up to the main roster. I can't wait, damn well.
Yeah, it don't
They're
matter.
going to book her just like Bailey. Kill me.
Yeah, Eric Gonzalez, thank you very much for the $5. And yeah, it doesn't matter. People coming up to the main roster, it don't matter. See,
the problem that I had with Asuka's debut is the fact that fucking, like, she should have killed Emma. Like, if we didn't know about the release thing, she should have just absolutely just, like, completely annihilated her. But, like, Emma had, like, half the offense in the fucking matches both times. So we were building up this whole undefeated streak of her, like, killing people, and then she comes in, it's like,
Yeah, she could have destroyed her, and then she was, no longer able to wrestle. That would have been something. But I guess this wasn't predetermined or pre-planned. I guess at the earnings call, they went through and on Friday, and it was like they had already, worked on getting rid of the other 2, but Summer Rae was planned to leave anyhow. We had reported that earlier, but then they just got on the topic of Emma, and I guess it just kind of, the ball started rolling, and they got rid of her.
Oh my God, guys! TSS fucking 2 has already made a video about my thing from Bailey's show. How Malcolm got a WWE contract. And it's the fucking thing. I gotta play some of this. You guys gotta go sub to this guy. He's been
putting out just thing after thing, which has been fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, I'm gonna link it in the chat everywhere.
Absolutely. Really quick, Joe. Shell donated $24. She got charged for it, but didn't come up on the donation since we're all caught up.
Oh yeah, I don't see them popping up either. I don't see it popping up. 24. And super chat or a regular one?
It was a Bobby Roode donation, I believe.
Really? I saw the one she did the other day, but I don't see it right here. It hasn't even popped up yet. That's so weird.
Yeah, and she got charged for it, she said, so.
That's weird. I'll keep an eye out for it. If I see it, I'll refund it, and we'll do it again next time. But, I don't see it right now. I'll keep an eye on it. I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, because I saw Rostafas earlier in the pipeline, so I thought it'd be all set because a lot of them were delayed. But
I checked my PayPal, too, and I don't see it there. But, let me, well, you know what? Let's end the show with this. Because we got to get out of here. Eric Gonzalez, thank you so much. Thank you to OKFabe, Connor from OKFabe for being here. Make sure you sub his channel, youtube.com/OKFaber, or hit him up on Twitter at OKFabe.
Mm-hmm.
Connor.
Oh, shit. I know you want to end the show really quick. There's a big rumor going around that the club is next to receive the release from the WWE.
Good.
Oh, yeah. It seems like Gallows and Anderson, some weird's going on there with their Twitters and stuff.
Dave Meltzer spoke to Wrestling Observer. Obviously, he said this isn't about Emma quitting. This is about them deciding that they were going to cut some people, and there may be more. I don't know. Those people in the Halloween pumpkin match today, I don't know. It was kind of ominous to me, was what Dave Meltzer said.
But they did that last year too, didn't they? So
yeah, one of the 2 was involved. I think it was Gallows, but still, it's not just because of them being in the match. It's just like this is what was said beforehand, that they are not happy with their stance in the company.
Sounds
obviously
familiar.
And they also still view them as close to the Bullet Club.
Yeah, it seems. You know what? Yeah, they got to get out of there. They need to get out of there, and then they're
treating them like shit.
They need to join the Bullet Club again and be like, they wouldn't let us do a goddamn thing because they were afraid of the Bullet Club, and then they need to talk about how WWE fears the Bullet Club and shit.
Oh, absolutely. And that would sell like fucking hotcakes.
They got our buddy Finn abducted right now. Just something like that. I mean, I don't know, whatever.
Brainwashed.
It's just going to be so much more entertaining when they join. Not that they're not, not that the Bullet Club's not entertaining now, but it's just going to be so much more fun with them.
Yeah, it's going to get better over there. I really hope that ROH
hear
can
about
do
them
more.
Getting sent out soon. I know it.
All right, well, guys.
And you know what's funny? Remember that list I read a while ago?
Yeah.
So far, most of it's come to fruition.
That's true.
Oh, shit.
There's more coming.
Yeah. Remember, I rambled off the list of 10, and so far we're right on the money.
Who else was on the list?
I'm trying to find it now. I'm trying to go back.
I wouldn't be surprised if Titus was next.
Heath Slater and Rhino are probably next.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Heath Slater was on the list. I believe we also said Titus was on there too, but I got to double check.
Titus's ass. Well, we got to get out of here. I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to drop you guys off while I play this so you don't have to sit here. But I really appreciate you coming on. Connor from OKFabe, Jake, DeMarco on Twitter at Countdown Ended. And we'll see you guys Friday night for Monetize This. Even though I'm doing an announcing job that night in Pembroke, Massachusetts, I will be making it home to do Monetize This. And, yep, we're out of here.
Sounds great. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Love y'alls.
Bye, guys. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
I'm going to blow you both. Tasty. And Grimm's Toy Show interview coming tomorrow. Thank you to Connor and Jake. Let's see what TSS has put together. He has tons of videos on his channel that you guys got to go check out. Tons of videos. This is something I did earlier today during the live show. But you have to go to his channel, guys, and sub to this thing. It's like every time we do a parody or a song over here, he fucking makes something out of it.
It's kind of like Vince McMahon. Whenever he gets a new black wrestler, Vince McMahon is like, well, you gotta get out there and do some dancing. You can shuck and jive, and you can do that. Just like my favorite musician, Little Richard. Did you ever see Little Richard? Man, he could sure light a fire under anybody's ass. He was one of the most greatest performers I've ever seen is Little Richard. Now Malcolm, are you telling me that you're not a Little Richard fan? Because if you're not, I don't know if you can work here. Well, yeah, Vince, I mean, I heard of Little Richard and everything, but, I was thinking I could do this sort of like, this gimmick where I come in in the shadows, almost like a Spawn like character, I'm like the black sort of Finn Balor, sounds really good, Malcolm, but I gotta tell you, I'm just not really sure that I see what you're talking about. I don't think the people are really gonna understand, and I don't think we really want to be associating, assassin with you or the WWE. See, I just really don't really get the assassin thing, So what I want you to do is, if you could just slide your shoes off for a second. I'm gonna play some music, and I know you said you don't dance, you don't like to dance and all these things, but I never met a brother that couldn't dance, if you know what I mean. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and just do your best shot. Try to suck it out. Here you go. I'll put some music on for you. Here you go. Go for it. Vince, I don't know, Vince. I don't even listen to this shit, Vince. I mean, come on. What the hell? You want a job in the WWE? Damn it, you want to work here? Damn it. You want to be something? I made Stone Cold Steve Austin. I made Bret the Hitman Hart. I made the sexy boy, Shawn Michaels. Start dancing, you son of a bitch. All right, Vince, damn it. Yeah, there you go. Shake them ass, shake that ass. Ah. There's nothing like a little Richard.
Game over.
Become a member of the Cronin Club by going to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Get 8 hours of bonus content a week not seen on YouTube. YouTube doesn't like the controversial stuff, but I am free to do what I want to do on Patreon. They won't be taking down these videos, so get the following for just $5 a month. Access to polls, the Corrupted podcast, every week featuring myself, Ken, and Justin Bailey. Morning Madness, 5 days a week. The ability to download all audio to save your data plan. Episodes of Monetize This, uploaded in audio form. All of my audio song parodies available for download and listenability on the Patreon app. Direct contact with me, the community, on your PC or the Patreon mobile app. All this and so much more available on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Join the Cronin Club today.
The club is calling. Cronin